Good morning and welcome in Midway Baptist Church of Dyer, Tennessee Daily Readings. Today is August the 13th, and we will begin reading this morning something a little bit different. This morning we're going to turn to the book of Psalms. If you remember, we skipped the book of Psalm when we were going right straight through the Bible, and this is the only time I'm going to skip a particular book as far as our reading straight through. But I did skip the book of Psalms, and I had some reasons for doing that, and we're going to read through the Psalms now, we finished through the major prophets, and before we take our home stretch run of the minor prophets in the New Testament, which actually will go relatively quickly, I thought we would do this. This is going to be a much more worshipful, because this is the hymn book of the Hebrew people. These are the Psalms. Every Sunday at Midway Baptist Church, we sing a psalm, one of the psalms put to music, and we sing one every Sunday. We do it for 4 Sundays in a row. Each Sunday of a month, we sing a particular psalm, and then we move on to another one. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing, singing God's Word back to Him. So this is going to be a little more worshipful tone, obviously, not as much of instruction. The Psalms don't have a lot of instruction and doctrine in them necessarily. They got doctrine in them, I shouldn't say that, but not as much as direct instruction and so forth, not like the epistles in the New Testament, or even not as much historical narrative and things like that, but a much more worshipful tone to them. And we'll have some days which will be relatively short. The readings will not take very long to get through some of the Psalms. And then, of course, you get to Psalm like 119. I don't think we'll do that all in one particular day, but we'll may break that one up. But let's begin reading this morning with Psalm 1. Hear the word of the Lord. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth its fruit in its season, whose leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he does shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Psalm chapter 2. Why do the nations rage and the peoples plot a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bonds in pieces and cast away their cords from us. He who sits in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall hold them in derision. Then he shall speak to them in his wrath and distress them in his deep displeasure. Yes, I have set my king on my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord has said to me, You are my son. Today I have begotten you. Ask of me, and I will give you the nations for your inheritance, and the ends of the earth for your possession. You shall break them with a rod of iron. You shall dash them to pieces like a potter's vessel. Now therefore be wise, O kings. Be instructed, you judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear, and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and you perish in the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are those who put their trust in him. Psalm 3, a psalm of David when he fled from Absalom, his son. Lord, how they have increased who trouble me. Many are they who rise up against me. Many are they who say of me, There is no help for him in God. Selah. But you, O Lord, are a shield for me, my glory, and the one who lifts up my head. I cried to the Lord with my voice, and he heard me from his holy hill. Selah. I lay down and slept. I awoke, for the Lord sustained me. He will not be afraid of 10,000s of people who have set themselves against me all around. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for you have struck all my enemies on the cheekbone. You have broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongs to the Lord. Your blessing is upon your people. You heard me say the selahs in there. Sometimes I will. Those selahs are just brief pauses. Sometimes I will say them. Sometimes I will read the title to the psalm, like I did there in Psalm 3, the first one that has a title. And sometimes I will probably forget to do that. But the Psalms, again, short readings, but very worshipful readings and very dear to our hearts. And I hope that you hear them almost as hymns would be. And with that, I will bid you a good morning for today, just getting started with the Psalm 1, 2, and 3. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and may God add his blessings to the reading of his holy word.